Why do you think Huw Edwards only got a suspended sentence? The news reports say he received 40 images of children in indecent images. Firstly, the number 40, really. Secondly, the word indecent. The average person on the street might think indecent just means picture of a child naked. No. It's far, far worse than that. And do you really think a man who gets some images like this is not actually a proper, full-on, practicing paedophile, rapist, Satanist? You've only got to look back to 2012, the Jimmy Savile case. And by the way, the current Prime Minister of the United Kingdom is the one that stopped Jimmy Savile getting prosecuted. You've only got to look back at Jimmy Savile, who has been cited as Britain's worst ever offender with over 500 victims. 500. Try thousands, not just children raped by him, murdered by him. Look at the Philip Schofield case that happened not so long ago, where he, by the skin of his teeth, only got sacked from this morning and slightly disgraced for having an affair with a younger person. Really? The BBC is a cesspit of paedophiles. Look at the statue on the side of the building by Sir Eric Gill, a well-known paedophile who raped his own daughters and dogs. Somebody tried to take that statue down a couple of years ago. I can't remember his name, but God bless him. And what did the BBC do? They fixed the statue. This whole war that we're in is a spiritual war. You may think it's about COVID, you may think it's about immigration, you may think it's about the Ukraine. All these things are connected because at the end of the day, it all comes down to the fact that 8 million children go missing every year. You can look that up. You can look it up. It's been published in mainstream media, that figure. Last one I saw was in the Irish Mirror from about 2018, I think. Because they have to hide things in plain sight. They have to tell you what they're actually doing. That's 22,000 children every single day. In America alone, it's 800,000 children a year. These are official statistics. That's what this war is about. It's about the children. God is showing us this in a way that doesn't cause anaphylactic shock in everybody, because God is showing us this so that we, as a collective human species, begin to wake up to the horrors of Satan's world, because it is Satan's world. Jimmy Savile was a satanic priest, high priest. I mean, this is a coal miner from Yorkshire who was advising the Israeli government on their foreign policy against Palestine in 1974, I believe. He was also bragging on the Parkinson show about taking a young person directly to the door of Buckingham Palace and being waved in to go and see Prince Philip. Another very high level pedivore. Go and look it up if you don't know what pedivore is. So, you know, my last YouTube channel got taken down without warning because I linked Philip Schofield back to Jimmy Savile, back to Aleister Crowley via Ian Fleming, and back further to John Dee, who worked in the court of Queen Elizabeth I, who did a deal with fourth dimensional entities, which involved providing the blood of children. It's about the children. All of this is about the children. And if you haven't woken up to that yet, please do, because this is just going to go on and on until we as a collective do. And yes, we can fight on many fronts to take down the castle. We have to do things like Mark Sexton is doing, pursuing the legal avenues. We have to speak out on social media and YouTube, etc., like this. We have to be active locally. We have to protest on the streets. We have to keep writing and learning about the true law of the land, which is not the maritime law they've had us convinced is real, because it isn't. So Huw Edwards getting a suspended sentence, which somebody on GB News said the other day was a severe punishment. Is it a severe punishment? Believe me, the end of these people is approaching, but God is waiting for you and me to have the balls to stand up against these monsters.